Okay, here we go. Welcome to the fourth, oh my gosh, fourth episode of Sterling Scalability. My name is Abiza.
And I'm Susan.
And yeah, so we are your big sisters. And we're here to talk about marketing trends, updates, or anything that will help you scale your business. And we're your big sisters for small business owners because we believe that you guys deserve the same sharp strategy that Fortune 500 companies pay millions for. All right. So, how are you this week, Susan?
I feel great, like I'm accomplishing a lot because I'm closing out the month, and I
Mm.
get really serious about my roadmaps by the end of the month there. I want to make sure I'm hitting all my tasks. And at the same time, I'm overwhelmed because I'm starting next month. And it's been a pretty reactive May. Not just the Google updates. We've got more Google updates coming in the future. I'm just a little burnout on those, but it's been between last week's information overload and this week's trying to put things to work. It's been a heck of a week, girl. I'm struggling through it. I'm thinking to myself, man, the soft, sorry if you hear my cat screaming in the background. She's pretty upset about being locked out right now. So yeah, I'm okay. It's been a really reactive couple of weeks with the Google stuff coming out, with learning about that and making sure that I'm pivoting my strategies for customers, making sure that I'm catching up to the trends and making sure that I'm really knowledgeable about what's happening here. So I'm still researching a lot of the changes and speaking with other industry provider or insiders who geek out on this stuff too. So we're just really learning. So definitely a bit of an overwhelming week, a lot of learning, a lot of reactivity, and a lot of hurry up, slow down. How about you?
Me, I'm currently, because as a freelancer, we have to consistently look for clients, right? So I'm on the hunt. If you have a gig, feel free to email me,
Call us.
email us. And I'm watching. I was watching The Borrows. It's one of the like it's the Duffers brothers. It's like the Stranger Things for grown ups. They
Okay.
say so. It's really fun, and I don't know. It's about like old people in a in a community where like for old people. I know it just hit me that when you grow old, you have to have people around you, like good people that you can really hang and really, be like live harmoniously with as you grow old. So even right now, actually, as you're, I mean, I'm 39, so yeah, it's really important to have the right community. So for today, we will be doing a little bit because we received some questions in our inbox and we wanted to share it with you guys. We wanted to answer it with you. So yeah, let's get started. Do you want to
All right. I
give the
love it.
first question? Mhm.
Yeah, I got a question for you here, and then I think you'll be able to answer well. So this person asks, I'm posting consistently and getting no engagement. What am I doing wrong? How often should I really be posting? So that's like 3 in 1 right there.
Yeah. All right. So actually, you might be posting too much, and what you can do is you try to play posting between 4 to 6 times a week. The post daily advice, it actually falls apart for owners because nobody actually sustains it. So you have to make sure that you're doing quality over quantity, because you have to first, it's not always sustainable, the 7 times or 7 posts per week. And then two, if your content doesn't have engagement, it works against the number of your content. So social platforms operate as matchmakers. Actually, they are designed to keep users scrolling, and they rely on your engagement metrics. So your likes, your comments, and your saves and your shares. So you have to, so these decide whether your post gets shown to more people. So you have to be mindful of that. Awesome. All right.
Yeah.
So, mhm.
Great answer, because also Andromeda, like the likes, the shares. I mean, we saw it, likes used to be the go-to, and you want some likes now, but you more want shares than saves, right? Like that's more important now. So yeah. exchange.
All right. Okay. So my question for you, should I be on TikTok if my customer is over 40?
Look, I am not a TikToker either. Okay. I know how to use the platform. I get it. I can run ads on it. I can tap other people to make content for it. But the answer is yes. I mean, people don't want to hear it because you want to tell yourself that like older people are not on TikTok, but they are. Right now, I think that adults over 35, that's one of the fastest growing groups on the platform alone. So just because your target audience is a little bit older doesn't mean that they're not on that platform. And it certainly doesn't give you permission to not use it. That said, because I want to put a big old caveat here, it is more important that you can be consistent on a platform. So a lot of what I hear and a lot of what we've seen and a lot of the people that we consult right at Visa, they're on Facebook and Instagram because these are the platforms that they know that they're supposed to be on. A lot of times those same businesses will be on something like Yelp or maybe Pinterest. And if you're not on Pinterest, be on Pinterest because it's a low hanging fruit, a really easy way to get good, traffic. And I think that'll stay consistent. But don't pick up TikTok if it's going to mean that you're going to be overwhelmed or you're going to ignore other pieces of your business. I mean, if you're on a marketing team, then obviously, yes. If you're a solopreneur and you're struggling with content already, like Abiza just said, get 3 posts a week out, repurpose them for these multi-platforms until you build your muscle enough to be confident working within them. And if you're not sure what that should look like or you need help with that, you know who to call.
Yeah. And you don't have to dance.
You don't have to dance. I mean, I know. I feel like I should probably start demonstrating this on TikTok because I'm sure if I just did a couple of quick shorts per every day when I'm at these points of frustration, it'd be good. Maybe that's a test that will run for you guys. So I'm saying yes, and I guess I'll use my own data to prove it for you. How's that?
Mm-hmm.
Let's put in a little challenge for me here. My challenge would be to post a short on TikTok 3 days next week for us. Do we even have a TikTok?
I don't think so.
Your job is going to be to make us a TikTok.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Noted on
And
that.
I will post on said TikTok. So I'll see you guys on TikTok. We'll let you know what our handle is in the comments.
All right. Okay. So somebody asked, I have a small list, but I'm scared to email them. What do I send?
The email list. And a lot of times people are afraid of this because, they're afraid of the unsubs. Like people are going to unsubscribe or, it's going to bounce. First of all, you want a good bounce moment. You want a good clean your list thing. So at this point, you're scared to email them. I've got a lot of questions. I guess I shouldn't dance around this. Emails are hard to answer generally because there are a lot of businesses. Like if you're in e-commerce and you're retail, yes, you should be emailing your customers probably every week. At least bi-weekly. And that's without annoyance. But then you get into other industries where if you're not providing value to them or giving them something interesting, you're going to burn your list. And you really want that email list to be an asset to you, not just so that you can go out and say I've got X amount of people on an email list, that I can click a button to, but you want this to be an audience that trusts you. And so figuring out what they need from you, not what you want to give them, figuring out what they need from you is a good way to base an email. There's something to be said of blowing out your email list by just delivering something that is not helpful. So honestly, when it comes down to emails, my best advice, and I'm going to be very salesy today, but my best advice here is, jump on a call. We're offering 45-minute consultations right now for free. And so, if you're stuck with this email, you're really afraid, jump on. We promise that you'll walk away with one useful thing. We'll take a look at your flow. We got 45 minutes, so we'll hustle through it, but don't be silent to that list because it's going to take them so much longer to warm up to you is really my advice. If you know what to deliver to them, then do it. And if you really don't know, then call us before you hit send.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, it's kind of for me, it's a place where it's your own land. I remember in the early days, the client that we had, she treats our website and even the email is as our own piece of the land in the internet. So if ever the social media platforms are down, you have your captured audience on your email list already. So you have established yourself doing emails and also building the muscle of sending newsletter, even if it's just once a month, is
Yeah.
something that you should be doing as a business owner. Yeah. All right. So another question. I'm doing everything and nothing is moving the needle. Where do I even start?
Well, isn't this the question? So I'm going to tell you the hardest thing that you're going to hear, and then you're going to be mad at me for telling you. Because the only place to start is to pause. Pause, catch your breath, zoom out. You want to take the time to audit the things that you're doing and note the things that are frustrating or hard for you. Note the places that you're procrastinating. These are areas in this. Now, I'm not going to get into the SWOT analysis of it, but
Mm.
you're going to pause. You can run a SWOT. A SWOT is a great way to see what's happening within your business. But pause, gather data, figure out what's hard, and then also figure out what's really working. So take a look at it. I mean, Abiza, you can speak to this too, I'm sure. But we get into this habit where it's like we want to do all of these things. And I'm a big advocate of the parking lot, the shiny penny list, the these are great ideas that we don't want to lose. But I also live on the Eisenhower matrix. So if it's not urgent and important and shouldn't be me, then it's going to be urgent and important and somebody else's problem. Or urgent, not important, and someone else's problem, or not urgent and important, but someone else's problem anyway. So, I do try to stick to that, which is challenging. But in doing so, you can really find what's going on with your business. So you want to do a SWOT analysis. You want to figure out what's not working. You want to figure out what is working. And then you just want to focus on the two main things. So break it down to even one main thing. If you're like, I can't really fix this problem because I'm bleeding out and I need to figure this out, then what is the thing that usually makes you the most money? What is the thing that ROI is the best? And I want you to find that and do more of that. So what I mean by that practically is like, if you're a retail business and you also have an online boutique and you sell faster on your online boutique when you do listings, then maybe it's time to think about taking a vacation from the store for a few days and getting your listings up on your website and selling those quickly, and then reintroducing foot traffic. I live in a small town. That's definitely something that I hear from the folks that I've met with and represented. If your business is a coaching business and we just talked about an email list, that like you can shake in some dollars if you send an email list and, send something to your email list, and, you don't have to build a new product, sell what already exists for you, and you can kind of shake it in that way, then alleviate that stress that way. But also if it's like, you've been so bogged down with the admin work in your business that you can't get out and go sell things, and the only way that things make you money is if you get out and sell, then find a way to call in some help. Again, it just depends on what you're struggling with. Like you said, move the needle, and I thought dollar signs, but move the needle could also be process stress. Like this week, with one client, there's like an intake process that happens but isn't documented, and so it's not something I can delegate because when it happens, it isn't documented and it hasn't been. And so that's one of the things that I was focused on earlier this week, was writing a process and making sure that it's something that I can quickly delegate off of my plate. So when this happens, then this and this and this. We talk about automations and everybody jumps to thinking about AI, but like operations and processes and SOPs are really just clarity in the form of, here is a list of things to do, and here's an order in which to do them. So that was a whole lot of preaching, and it's words that I constantly need to hear, but I'm doing everything and nothing is moving the needle, then you're doing nothing right. So you've got to stop just for a little bit and assess the situation. And it can be hard to stop, especially when you're a small business. So, if you need to, this is an opportunity to jump on a call with us. Like if you're that overwhelmed that you can't find the way forward, I promise you, you are not alone. I have dealt with it before. I have seen it happen. I have been here, or I've been here with another client, and it can be nice just to jump on and have someone do a little assessment. So I definitely pitch you our full audit for whatever it is that you're struggling with, or at the minimum, everybody starts with a call with us. So we've got to meet with you. Book your free consult, 45 minutes, spend it with us. Tell us the hardest part of your day, and we'll see what we can do to fix that for you.
Yeah, and you can also jot down whatever thoughts that you have in mind once you pause, because sometimes it helps you process things when you're jotting down stuff, right? So that's it for today. If you still have questions, feel free to send it our way. It's hello at sterlingscalability.com. And if you are overwhelmed with your business, again, feel free to send us a message. We're happy to help you. And we understand. We know the frustrations, the challenges. So we'll be here for you guys. All
Thank you
right.
for watching
Thank you
or
so
listening.
much. Yeah. And see you next week.
See you next
Bye.
Wednesday. Oh, yeah, next week.
Bye.